Hello, here is the third series of Mavic 3 Enterprise thermal drone. If you saw my previous videos, you know that I promised to show you the app. The app is DJI Pilot 2. When I bought or looked for this drone, I couldn't find some proper answers. Probably in this video you can find some answers about the drone functionality and app options and possibilities. So this is the first window of the application, and let's dig deeper into this app. So this is your settings of your account. This is a fly safe information. So there are unlocking licenses, fly safe database, which is dynamic. Dynamic database should be updated on a field outside, and you can add your remote identification number here. It's according to new laws in 2024. Here is a flight route, so all your saved and prepared flight routes. At first we will go in camera view, and then after going through camera view, I will also show you what are possibilities in flight route part. So let's get in the camera view. As the newest enterprise drones, before getting into camera you get pre-flight checklist. So you can set return to home altitude, max altitude, home point, maximum flight distance, actions when the signal between a remote controller and drone is lost, battery warnings, also obstacle avoidance settings. And this is pre-flight checklist. Also you can see your battery levels and amount of space in your SD card. Okay, let's go to the app. The application looks like this. I have turned on thermal regime infrared camera. This drone has 3 cameras: infrared, zoom and wide camera. So wide is a usual camera, then there is a zoom camera with a zoom level of quite big zoom options, up to 56 times. And if I go to infrared camera, I can press this button and wide camera and infrared camera changes its zooms together. It will be seen in your pictures afterwards when you look in your picture gallery. Okay, about usual photography. So there is options of single photography, video, 2 sizes of video, timed photography, 2, 3 and other second options. Then there is pano, which is possible when you are in flight. Then there is a smart photography, which I haven't tested yet. Then there is high resolution grid. This also will be possible when you fly. You can, so the drone will make this view which is in a frame taking 20 photos, so the resolution will be much higher than usual photography. And these are all photography options here. Then when you compare to previous Mavic 2 Enterprise, at least Dual, there was no option for manual photography, so this Mavic 3 series has manual settings for thermal drone, so you can change ISO, shutter at least, and here there you can choose whether to store only visible or maybe also visible and infrared pictures or current view picture. So this option also wasn't available in Mavic Enterprise 2 Dual drone. So this is good option, but you should always remember if you have put your necessary settings in here. There is also some enterprise drone options, so you can quickly change gimbal setting. Here is a pinpoint option, so this is also some addition to this drone. And let's get deeper in some other settings. So picture size 4K and 8K, this means 12 megapixels and this is 48 megapixels picture. You can change image ratio and image format is only JPEG, and you can create folders for your project. This is good. You can add timestamps, some other usual settings, nothing very much in here, but something useful for taking pictures and saving them. So this is about picturing options. This rectangle, I haven't tested it yet. It is also something new for me. I don't know yet what does this means. It puts points on the map, but I don't know what is the reasons for them. Okay, more about infrared camera settings. So this is also as all enterprise thermal drones, so you can choose a rectangle in which it measures average, maximum and minimum temperature. You can make it for a full screen. You can take a snapshot. You can choose some temperature alerts, so you don't have to dig in deeper, so everything is on the screen, and you can take off it and you can measure point temperature pressing on the screen. If you do not activate temperature diapasons, it makes a color scheme automatically according to maximum and minimum temperature seen in the area of the camera. But you can also go and change these settings. So these are all palette options for this drone, and here you can see the range what is now on the screen, but you can change it manually. So you can set temperature range and saved picture will take this color. what is good for this drone, you can also make corrections directly in a DJI thermal application later on, and also check temperature in every pixel of the picture. So you have options to change coldest temperature and hottest temperature. Let's see what is temperature range in here. 20 to 33. Okay, let's put up the numbers. So I have set temperature range according to this rectangle, and I can take a picture. So I have to choose infrared and visible picture, and I take a picture, and I can go in aircraft album, and it has stored both pictures. Let's see if I change the color scheme here, if the picture looks different. So I take this picture, and yes, the picture look like this. But if you open it up in the editor, it will look like when taken in automatical regime. So if you like to take these current views, you have to set it on your field work, because afterwards in application it will take a full scheme of your color, and the result might look different here, because when you set the temperature diapason in here, you see everything with what is outside the outside your set diapason. It shows gray without color, but if you open it in editor, there won't be gray diapasons, because the program doesn't make it like that. So if you want something to be excluded from your area, you have to set it on a field and take a picture of it. That's what I have experienced so far. So you can also take a side-by-side look, and if I choose a current view option and take a picture, there is 3 pictures stored. So there is side-by-side, infrared, and visible camera. So that's what you can get from this option if you choose all these options. And FFC calibration is automatical, and yeah, that is what is about taking pictures. Of course, there is a map, and what is good for newer drones, you can always from all the views get directly to your mapping plans. Either it's a map view or it is a camera view. You can get to your map plans, and you can either delete it, add, or edit it, and you can get back to the work. And you can always start also. You can it, if you click on it, it shows here, and you can press start, so you don't have to dig back to the first view, then go to fly, save it flights, but everything is on your screen. So this is very comfortable situation for mapping options. So I think I checked all options here on the screen. This is modes. So one is high sensitive, and the second one is lower sensitive option. In other options it is low gain and high gain, what I have experienced on Enterprise Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual Drone. And here of course are other settings: flight controller settings, safety settings, remote controller settings, and all usual settings for your drone. So I won't go deeper into those settings. But now let's get in flight route options. So let's quickly make a new route, and here is linear route, area route, and waypoint route. So most popular is area, and so there are also two options. Let's tap on map to draw a new area. So this is area, and when you click area, you can select drone. So there are all drones for Pilot 2 application. We have Enterprise 3, so I can select camera model. So Mavic 3 Enterprise, Mavic 3 Thermal, and Mavic 3 Multispectral. I have Mavic 3 Thermal, and then I can choose which type of mapping I would like to have. So there is wide camera and infrared camera, or both. So I had questions about wide camera to know how good is it, and how can I make the same work as I did with my Mavic 2 drones. So here is the application. So you can make a name of your plan. Then there is a possibility to choose only ortho collection or oblique collection, so you can make settings for all the oblique flights. So according to ortho collection, you don't choose altitude, but at first it offers you to select ground sampling distance. For me, usually I like to have 2 centimeter resolution, and this drone offers 2 centimeter resolution at 56.9 meters above ground level. So if I compare it to Mavic 2 Pro, 2 centimeters can be available at, I think, 90 meters above sea level. Usually I flew between 70 to 90 meters to get my results. But okay, good thing is that the speed of mapping is much higher than Mavic 2 drone, and that was the thing which I was afraid of at start. But when I did my first tests, I was quite happy, because the speed is still at least twice or even more bigger. It's of course according to light situation, and you can adjust ground sampling distance by 1/10 of a meter of a centimeter or by 1 centimeter, and of course you can write it down here. There are also altitude modes, and then you can of course change altitude manually, and ground sampling distance still will be changed. You can choose whether to have elevation optimization or not. So elevation optimization, it takes some pictures from oblique view going to center to have stored some information about elevation and ground, and yes, and ground. So there is a safe takeoff altitude option. Then there is speed. Maximum speed is 15 meters per second. When I have to fly at the same elevation with Mavic 2 Pro drone, it has option probably to fly at 7 meters per second. Then you can change flight course angle and usual settings, what to do after mission is finished. So you can exit route mode, you can return to home, you can land, or you can return to start point and hover. Then there is advanced settings. Target surface to takeoff point, side overlap, front overlap, margins, usual settings. You can choose a timed interval shot or distance interval shot as usual. You can change camera angle, but if you have to take orthophoto, of course you don't need to change angle. Good for this app is that you can change a start point, because in previous versions it, I think, wasn't possible, at least for my drone in Mavic in DJI Pilot first version. So this is good. Takeoff speed, this is usual setting, and yes, then you can go to oblique collection. In Mavic 3 Enterprise, I think there is also smart oblique collection, but for thermal drone I haven't seen this option yet here. Probably it won't be available because of the camera, because the camera is not so good, so it can't move so quickly to take all the pictures. And oblique collection, so if you choose oblique flight, the ground sampling distance of course differs from the ortho ground sampling distance, because the angle is different and the distance to object is different. And you can change gimbal pitch angle here for your oblique mission. If you want more angle, so then you have to make more road missions. Also the same settings: road altitude, safe takeoff altitude. You can set the same speed or different speed for oblique missions. It offers an option to set here to set oblique road speed separately. So yes, you can choose whether to use the same speed as ortho mission or different speed. It can also be according to the light situation to get the right quality. And the same distance or timed interval shots, all the same, practically the same settings as ortho mission. So there is nothing more to say about oblique mission. So this is about usual mapping with Mavic 3 Enterprise thermal drone. Let's see what is the altitude if I choose 3 centimeter ground sampling distance. So it will fly at 85 meters above ground to acquire 3 centimeter ground sampling distance. One more thing I want to check here is what is going on when I choose both mapping settings. Wow, this is a very big difference when I want to map with infrared camera with 3 centimeter ground sampling distance, and altitude is 20 meters, so this is not possible in normal situation. So if you like to map in normal altitude at least 60 meters, so you will get around 8 centimeter ground sampling distance for your thermal map, and the speed should be lower, of course, but otherwise the settings are the same here as normal RGB mapping. Okay, I choose only infrared, but I think there is no any changes, so it was already doing all infrared settings when I choose both cameras. And okay, let's see Mavic 3 enter my enterprise. Okay, it says that it is incompatible with my drone, but let's make some settings to see the difference when I choose 2 centimeter ground sampling distance and the altitude is almost 20 meters higher, so the speed of Mavic 3 Enterprise will be much more bigger, much more efficient, and of course global shutter, so the amount of work it can do comparing to thermal drone, it is different. It's big difference here, because ground sampling, the same ground sampling distance is 15 meters higher. And what else is here? I think other settings are the same for ortho settings. And let's see what, yes, here is the option smart. When I choose oblique, here is smart oblique. It already do only 2 missions here and takes a buffer zone for smart oblique, so it will also do everything much more quicker comparing to thermal drone. And if I set off smart oblique settings, you can see all the missions will take at least 10 minutes, and but this will be around in some 31 minutes, but this option there will be around 50 minutes, so you can economy your time almost 2 times when using smart oblique with Mavic 3 Enterprise drone. And here is the gimbal angle. Of course I don't have this drone and I can't test real life. This is only for comparing some settings to Mavic 3 thermal drone. Quite huge difference here for mapping options. And yes, let's quickly exit from this mission and let's quickly make a linear road. So this will be the linear road. Mission, and I have to select camera, Mavic 3 thermal wide. I can set whether it is single road or not. The same safe takeoff altitude, equal right and left extensions if needed, include center line if needed. Then you can set left extension length, to cover all necessary area for you. So if I set equal, then left and right changes equally. Flight band cutting distance, it is distance when this part is separated, so you can divide your plan in more than one mission, setting the distance, so you can choose those parts separately. And you can see the flight route. You can set terrain follow, flight route altitude also is here, also the speed, some boundary optimization also is here, photo mode, the same time and then distance intervals, and work to do after completion. So all the settings are practically the same as usual route mission planning mapping plan. So I won't save this, and let's quickly. So of course here you can import KMZ and KML, and here is also option to set waypoints, so you can record waypoints from live mission before the flight, and you can set them manually. So waypoints, it is when you need to picture something or make a video or whatever you need here. So altitude settings and safe altitude settings, climb to start point, so it will ascend to safe takeoff altitude and then climb to start point. You can choose the speed, relative altitude, aircraft yaw, settings along the road or manual or lock yaw axis, gimbal control, so you can set manual or set for each waypoint. So this is the same as other drones. Waypoint type, straight road, or you can coordinated turns, so you can skip waypoints. Straight road, aircraft stops, then there is option turns before waypoint, flies through, curved road, aircraft stops, curved road, aircraft continues, so whether you need to stop at waypoint or not, and curved or straight. So this is good. Also these options some time ago wasn't available in the second enterprise drone. And completion, of course, the same: exit road, return to home, land, or return to start point. And there you can set manually for your waypoints: speed, altitude, yaw, rotation, waypoint type, gimbal, angle, and other actions, as take a photo, fixed angle, shot, start recording, stop recording, gimbal pitch rotation, camera zoom, timed interval shot, distance interval shot, exit or create a folder, and aircraft action to hover or rotate. So basically that's everything about Mavic 3 Enterprise thermal drone. I hope this video was useful, and I hope the quality of the video was quite good enough. And thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.